Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, Civil War. I'm Grumpy Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 13 of our Union Spring of 61 campaign in version 1.12. So we do have no new viewer units this episode, but we do have quite a few things to add into the historical record here. So once again, just as a reminder, these videos are always chaptered, and you can skip around to whichever part you choose to view. A letter from Sergeant Michael Wade, Buffalo Soldiers. Dearest Abigail, it is with great pride that I get to announce to you that we will be returning home. Well, sort of, dear. We have successfully driven the rebels out of Ohio, through Pittsburgh and back into Virginia to our armies out east. We have been given orders to return back west unless another emergency arises. Rumor has it that we will march to Springfield, Illinois, and set up operations from there. We will once again have the honor of protecting our country's rear from Indians and rebels alike. Hopefully, it'll be Second Corps that gets to repel the rebels from our beloved state, and I'll be able to see you all soon. Once again, that is rumors passing around our NCO circles and not set in stone as of yet. Where they're getting this information, I am not aware, but I do pray for it to be true. I have to be quick as we are ordered to resupply and prepare to march. Lots of marching and not much fighting. Days like these, I am grateful to have old Bo here to ride while the others walk. He definitely had some interesting company come through. I cannot wait to set the table with the kids and hear of everyone's grand adventures in my absence. I shall have stories to share also. I miss you all terribly, and I pray that the rumors hold true. Give the kids my affection, and tell them how proud I am of each one. With love and loyalty, Michael Wade. A letter from Corporal Billy Bremer, Echo Squadron, Yorkshire Yeomanry, to his father. Hi up, Dad. Apologies it's taken almost a year to write to you. This war so far has been pretty boring. We had one battle over what these Americans call winter. It is warmer and dry in our summers at home. That was almost a walkover, and I collected some very nice souvenirs which are enclosed. Other parts of the Army are fighting every week, but we're stuck in the rear. Most interesting thing that has happened since is I adopted a puppy. Turns out he's mostly wolf. While he seems to me, as its pack leader, I can tolerate some of their squadron, but looks like he wants to eat most of everyone else, especially cigar-smoking Ruperts, of which there are many in the Union Army. Named him Hunter, as every morning he brings in fresh meat to supplement our rations, including snakes called rattlers, which is tasty grub. A couple of rattler tails enclosed for the boys. By the time he's fully grown, I hope he is tame enough to bring home with me. Talking about the rations, these Texians are addicted to peppers. Food is so spicy as to be almost untouchable, until you get used to it. On duty again in a few minutes, so we'll finish with love to all at home, and glad you're there, not here, as it's far too hot. So I bought a big hat called a sombrero from a local that will make you laugh when you see it. Love, Billy. Letter from Achilles, Byzantine Vanguard. My love, Irene. I'm not the same man as when I left. Part of me craves the battle, and then there's a part of me that wants to be home with you and our son. Yours truly, Achilles. A letter from Private Albert W. Minton, Company C, 4th Tennessee Volunteer Infantry, Lincoln's Nolichucky Legion. Dated June 25th of 1862. Dearest Martha, joyous news from Potomac. We met Bragg's men only a day and a half's march from the capital, thrown them graybacks back across the river. They say Fuss and Feathers can't sit his horse, but by the Father in heaven he broke in Bragg well enough. Rebs had stole a march on us, forded the Potomac, and drove in our pickets, making haste for the capital, where unless a man would have lagged, Scott sprung into action. We're in the Third Corps marched with all haste, day and night, to bar the road to the city. The valiant 9th Division held the forts to the west and threw back Bragg half a dozen times in spite of all his numbers. 1st Iowa Brigade of Engineers, despite the darkness and a 19-hour march, threw themselves immediately into their work. Soon our entire line bristled with breastworks. Archer's Brigade came up through the cornfield, but Colonel MacArthur gave the order to aim for their knees, and we reaped a bloody harvest before wheeling into the flank of Waddy alongside our gallant engineers. If only you could have seen it. War. The beauty and horror all at once. The greatest deeds of courage man has ever seen alongside the destruction of the bravest and best of us. If we continue like this, we may well strike the fetters from the bondsmen and put the rebellion in its grave by year's end. Yours truly, Albert. From the diary of Lieutenant William Rhodes Hawk, Lake Erie Rifles. Dated June 19th of 1862. How on earth did our corps not intercept the withdrawing rebel army? I've gone all the way around to 5th Corps and fought a battle with them. Luckily, they didn't lose, but I'm starting to lose confidence in our commander. They're all way too cautious. They may claim to be West Pointers, but they have the military intelligence of a 9-year-old. Again and again, our corps could have and can go on the offensive, but they're all donkeys, I suppose. A letter from Private Samuel Noble, Company 2, Eastern Kentucky Bootleggers, dated June 2nd of 1862. Dearest Mildred, I hope this letter finds you in good health. Doing well here, enduring the last 30 days of training. Seems as if all we do is march around in circles. By a faith we will see action soon. I can't be sure, but rumor is we will be joining the 3rd Corps in defense of the nation's capital once deployed. The boys are in good spirits as we hear the defense after defense of the capital by the 3rd Corps sending those Rebs running each time. Although the days are tough without you, these nights pass quickly around the fire with the boys singing and laughing. It didn't take long for me to get accepted by them. Thanks to the Chew Jug's Grandpa Everett's famous shine I brought along. Last night one of the captains even joined us. With the Lord's blessing, this war will end soon and I will be home. Till then, don't let my brothers take any parts from my still. Yours always in my heart, with my sincere affection, Samuel Noble. From the diary, Captain Franklin Malone, 2nd Regiment, Company B, 50th Iowa River Boys. 27th of May, 1862. Going into this morning, the morale of the boys was high, after what some of us are calling the Battle of Bloody River, but a few of us are calling Hill's Massacre. Some of the men spent most of last night pulling the wounded Rebs out of the river. Company B got off lucky with having 31 wounded and just 3 killed in the fighting. Most of those wounded were due to the boys dropping because of the hot day yesterday. 2nd of June, 1862. There hasn't been any more fights between the boys since the battle. I was called to Colonel Ricketts' tent to let me know I'd be getting a new 1st lieutenant to take over my old duty sometime next week. Well, Colonel Ricketts said, seems that my new lieutenant is some rich boy from Boston. I wonder if this rich boy will be any good when it comes to doing his duties, or will he be like that Lieutenant Colonel Hammer, who's 2nd command of the brigade, whose family, I guess, used their political pull on the strings of government to get him his rank. 11th of June, 1862. This kid may be 18 or 20, but no older than my 2nd youngest brother. He walked with me right as we were getting ready to start marching on to Waco. Just so happens, he's my new 1st lieutenant. Well, I told him that he doesn't have much time to settle in, since we're marching north within the hour. But just by the way he acted when he walked up to me, I could tell he's not happy to be only 2nd commanded company. Well, I guess his family's political pull couldn't get him a better rank. 15th of June, 1862. We helped move a wagon full of women and kids that had a broken wheel blocking the road just north of Waco. The kids seemed to be scared that we might just torch the wagon, and the women looked even more so. An army of men who most haven't seen their wives in months, and most of us over a year now. All we could do was help with putting a wheel on the wagon and tell them it will be safer for them if they wait until the army marches past, then go back to Waco. I hope they did. Our scouts reported in about an hour ago that there is a fresh rebel army marching on us, and by the banners, it's the army that ran away from 6th Corps a few weeks ago. 16th of June, 1862. Wish to let the boys sleep more. By 2:30 in the morning, orders came in that we are to get ready. We'll be taking the fight this time to the rebels, camped somewhere north of a stream. It was 4:15 when General Grandpa ordered us to march to this old farm road. Moved our brigade was to send out some flankers as we marched, and Company B was the lucky one that took up the left flank. If I wasn't in the army, I'd love to be farming this land with it being so flat. It was 10 till 11 when we were ordered to take up on the far left flank of the line. Yet again, General Grandpa puts us on the side of the line he normally keeps out of the fight. Well, I was shocked that we got orders to march on the right wing of the rebel force. As we marched ever closer with cannonballs exploding in the air, kept having to yell at the damn rich boy to get back to his position in the line. Could have sworn the kid was trying to get us both killed. I could see Company C and K of our brigade's 3rd Regiment fighting it out with other skirmishers and the damn rebel guns that had been firing on us since we formed ranks. It was 11:45 when the rebels started to run, leaving their battery, but we could see what looked like 3, maybe 4 brigades trying to outflank us. All I could do is hope the cavalry was still somewhere on the other side of the creek. It was not long after 12, maybe 3 or 5, after when the damn rich boy got behind me trying to hide. I just turned, pointing and yelling at him to get back to his position when I felt a sharp pain in my left hand. As I looked at my hand, I seen the kid fall to the ground. Sergeant Lane came up trying to get me to fall back and to let Victor lead the men. I guess my pride got the better of me because I wrapped my hand in a handkerchief my wife gave me before we left home at the start of this cursed war. As Lane shaking his head saying the kid wasn't breathing. Couldn't lose my composure with the rebels pushing on us from 2 sides and trying to get us around. It was around 10 after 12 when the fire coming in on our flank stopped, so I guess the cavalry had entered the fight. This damn rebel brigade's war front was just being stubborn. No matter how many fell, they just stood there firing into our ranks. It was 12:30 when the rebels started to fall back. I seen the rebel brigade start to march off in the direction of one of our batteries, so Colonel Ricketts ordered us to march on after them. 1st and 2nd Regiment got off easy with losses. That kid coming to be at 45 wounded, myself included, and only 5 killed. Sad news comes from our brigades under strength 3rd Regiment, which lost most of their men in the fight. If we don't get fresh men again, they'll be folded into the 1st and 2nd Regiments. I got back from the field hospital. One field surgeons said my hand should heal if I don't use it too much. But I can't help but think, if I didn't turn to yell at that kid, I might have been killed or wounded more seriously. I'm going to write a letter to his family and my wife in the morning. A letter from the Texian Refugee series, dated June 17th, 1862. Dear Stan, William arrived in Waco with what he could load onto the wagon. Said that clothes, blankets, and cookware was more important than the furnishings I cherished so dearly. What he said, the Yankees tore through our brave soldiers just north of Austin. We departed Waco not a moment too soon, as the Yankee Armory was within sight. Our soldiers threw themselves at the marauders to give us and others enough time to flee. The sounds of the fighting rang out, and all I could think about was what terrible agony our men must suffer to keep us safe. I pray that our brave boys, soldiers, stay safe, but I fear they'll be torn to shreds once again. We're on our way to meet you in Dallas. William insists that we should pick you up and go to his brother's farm in Shreveport. I don't know how long our brave men will hold back the Yankee tide. Please have your things ready so we can make haste. Your loving sister, Audrey. Well, once again, I gotta say, I'm really enjoying a lot of these stories you guys are putting together here for us on this campaign. I mean, writing some of you guys put out there is amazing. And one thing I gotta suggest, just because I was just thinking about it, is well, you guys have been doing all this work, just taking everything together, all your notes, diary entries, letters at the end, and possibly writing some interesting short stories to go along with them, because they should work out pretty well towards the end. And a lot of you have shown some real knack for it, to be honest with you. Just an idea, even if you don't show it to anybody else, just, your own personal gratification, because some of this stuff is really good. All right, moving on. Last episode, we did see battles at Waco and 8th Battle of D.C., which just happened over here. Looks like the Army of the Ohio is now marching on Frederick. Now, I don't know if there will be an engagement or not. They may engage, they may not engage. I don't think the Corps here got drug into this fight, so there probably will be another engagement here at Frederick. I have shifted 1st Corps into Cincinnati because there's no rebel operations happening down in this area, so their tiny corps, they'll be fine by themselves. 2nd Corps is now at Springfield, and I'm actually moving them over to Quincy now. And they'll sit there until 1863, at which point I will move them into Missouri to go take on the Western Army and the Missouri State Guard. Down here in Texas, we did see the Battle of Waco. 5th Corps is now in Dallas. We do hold control of it. And just south of them, over here by in between Dallas and Palestine, there's actually a bunch of corps here. We only see Stewart's Corps for right now, but there are a bunch of corps here. So I gave orders for 6th Corps to march back south and then north again to assist 5th Corps. My intent is to drive these corps, even if they're not ready to fight, we can drive them north of our armies and basically have secure control of Texas at this point. I don't need them retreating south, as 7th Corps is not set up to fight. They only have about 13,000 men. They're engineering and besieging force only. So they can't take on these numbers whatsoever. And speaking of the 7th, they are still finishing up the fortification at San Antonio, which will be another 28 days before that is finished. Once they're finished with that, they're going to be heading out west further, out along this track towards Matamoros, and then coming back north to take on this fort here, which will be the last one in Texas. And that is Fort Belknap. And then they'll make preparations to move into the Indian Territories starting in 1863 to take down the fortifications around all the Indian villages and take control of that territory back for us. And I have actually had our fleet actively hunting rebel forces. I haven't found any yet. And I've also been trying, for some reason, I don't know what's going on. I've been trying to get them to bombard these forts, but the bombardments just aren't happening for some reason. It's starting to get a little annoying. So I'm going to take these 3 fortifications south of New Orleans without having to use infantry forces. But I may have to use some type of force to go take them down, because the ships just aren't fighting them. Alright, I think that covers everything for now, so like I said, we may have a battle here at Frederick, we may not. Hopefully we can make it through to July. We'll see. Alright, that didn't take long. We only moved the game about 4 hours, and we now have our next engagement at Frederick. So the Army of Ohio with McLaw's Corps, under command of James Haw, is going after our 3rd Corps. They'll bring in 19,728 infantry, 2,300 cavalry, and 17 guns, going up against our 28,012 men and 54 guns. So I'm not sure what the breakdown is here. So I don't have the exact numbers for each one on my handy. But basically an even-on fight from what it looks like outside of the artillery advantages that we hold. So I will see you all on the other side of the load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the 9th Battle of Washington, D.C. So this battle was supposed to take place at Frederick, but for some reason we ended up in D.C. I don't know what happened on that one. So once again, we are on the D.C. map, same 3 defensive positions as last time. And the rebels are approaching only from this entry point here on the Milkhouse Ford Road. So this will just be, once again, a river defense and probably another massacre. Unless they're deployed far enough forward to be across the river here, but they're probably going to be back here as usual. So I'm just going to get my troops set up. Yeah, this is Patterson's. I don't know how we engaged this corps. I really don't. It is what it is. We're going to fight this one out. So I'm going to get my troops set up down around here. Just like last time, and this is where they should be approaching. I'll probably send 1 division down this way, just in case they start tracking down in this direction. So get my troops on the road, and I'll be back once we have contact with the rebels. Alright, it's now 0700 of day 1. We are in contact with rebel cavalry, which is just now pushing across the river. We get the engineers out of the way. I was trying to get them down here before they showed up. Looks like they're trying to push around us. Engineers, I need you out of the damn way, please. You guys get in position down here. Looks like I have to recall my cavalry. I did send them all the way down here. Didn't need to cover this crossing point at all. Let's come back up this way. If they're going to ride around us, we need to get back to them. Cadwalader. Take your division up here, please. Engineers, get the hell out of the damn way. I think they're just trying to rush past us. I'm not worried about this cavalry brigade at all. Our cavalry will take care of them once they get back up there. Shouldn't take them too long. They gave the orders directly to their brigade commander, so don't have to wait for the corps commander to send them. What's going on? These are not orders that I gave over here. Oh, their morale is low. Oh, their morale's at 48. Ooh. Didn't take too long to see these boys off. And their cavalry just came back to our rear. Okay, artillery's coming up, so I gotta push these boys away. Stay on top of them. They are making for both crossing points. They actually have a smart commander in charge of this corps. Cavalry's broken for now. What's going on with this unit? Brigade, you're going to come over here and assist Negley. Sure, the cavalry's got their backs turned. That's not good. You boys going to try and push across or not? I mean, you guys can sit there until 9th Division arrives on your flank. They are on the move. The cavalry would have been further along. Want new orders? You're gonna go. Well, not that way. Back this way. Nope. Back here. Oh, come on. Halt. Send you with 9th Division around on the rear flank. One thing I noticed, I pointed this out a few times, ever since the DLC came out, the division commanders are not staying with their damn divisions. It's ridiculous. Look how far away Cadwallader is from his division. Yeah, I don't think they want to push. That division's falling back. This one's just sitting here. Looks like it'll be a few minutes before anything else happens. I'll be back. Alright, it's now 0917, and our 9th Division is actually almost set up in the rear of the attacking Rebel Corps, so I've started moving forward the 11th Division closer to the crossing point to kind of lock these troops down here as 9th Division gets into position. Once 9th's in position, I'm going to start pushing them into the rear of these forces and cross the 10th over here at this ford and come in on the flank here. Start ordering these boys across right now. Why these skirmishers are not running away is beyond me. The troops are really close to them. Alright, Screaming Eagles, let's double time, please. Yep, now they're charging across. They don't like this. Oh crap, they have to form square. Nope, alright. Well, I've had to use that once so far in every campaign, but it's actually pretty effective. The hell's up with this marching formation? Get into position, damn it. Bring your boys out here. Looks to be leveling pretty nicely. Hey, boys, fine. Decide to get in position. Okay. Great Death against Green's Brigade. Screaming Eagles against Fagan. Churchill's Iron. Von Anderson. Are you boys not moving? Let's go. Boys, a little further. What the hell's with some of these orders? The Thesaurus get out this way, get you on the flank, get you dismounted loose order, and get you firing away with those sharps. Churchill is a double time, please. Well, loose order. It's a little choppy right now. Just out of range of you, huh? What the hell is going on over here? Go, boys. Ignore the retreating artillery unit, please. Alright, see how Fagan's brigade will move you on the rear of this division over here on the left. Move up, cavalry. Let's go. Good. Move against Anderson's brigade. Great death. Move up. Who is that? Green's brigade. Why did you stop moving? Let's go. Pushing you boys in closer. Guess you got max range for those sharps. I need you in where you can do some damage. Go, boys, push forward. Negley, stay on top. Alright, they just broke. Brigade, push up on Munford. Wincoop, stand on top of Anderson, please. there they go. Let's let this play out because they're still kind of trapped in the middle of us. Still a minor victory, only 16% of this force taken down. Look at these last brigade over here. Nolichucky, go get them. The boys are moving fast. There's a little downhill charge right there. Got all their commanders there. Hopefully we snatch up one or two of them. That's the last one broken. Let's speed this along. We're not going to get the major victory out of this. Too much chasing around to do. This brigade keeps reforming under us. Did we just capture them? No, they disintegrated. Nope, we did capture them. 2,300 men. That brought us up to the major victory. Right. Not too bad at all. We lost 857 of our... I want to say we had 25,000 infantry on the field. 2 of our 7,000 cavalry. 0 of our guns. Total loss of 865 our 59,865 men. The other corps had been on the field. We took down 6,000 of their 20,000 infantry. 550 of their 2,400 cavalry. Got all 15 of their guns. Total loss of 6,500 of their 23,000 men. That was a nice little encirclement. They didn't want to push across that river, and having sent 9th here to watch this fort allowed me to get them in on the rear in a timely fashion. So this was a fun little fight. Most fun I've had in a little bit. I don't think we lost anybody wounded. Let's see here. Nope. All right. Combat reports. Death Hussars did 216 to infantry. Iowa Engineers did 153 to infantry, 34 to cavalry for a total of 187. 10th Division, Wincoops Brigade did 48 to infantry, took 20 prisoners, 15 prisoners from the cavalry for a total of 83. Negley's Brigade did 223 to infantry, took 28 cavalry prisoners for a total of 251. The Iron Brigade did 72 to infantry, 95 to cavalry for a total of 170. Division total of 504. That was the right flank division I sent across the ford. 11th Division, 2nd Brigade did 255 to infantry, 34 to cavalry, 9 to artillery for a total of 304. 3rd Brigade did 543 to infantry, 105 to cavalry, took 40 prisoner, another 55 to artillery for a total of 760. Lincoln's Nolichucky Legion did 177 to infantry, captured 772, did 70 to cavalry, 14 artillery for a total of 1,035. They should have a higher prisoner count because that brigade surrendered to this unit. Right now, it looks like the Nolichucky Legion gets the grumpy seal of approval for this battle. 9th Division, Churchill's Iron did 352 to infantry, 89 prisoners, 51 artillery for a total of 493. Great Death did 308 infantry, plus up to 316, caught some command staff. South Indiana Screaming Eagles did 429 infantry, plus up to 435. Division total 1,244. 3rd Artillery Division. 3rd U.S. Artillery did 73 to infantry, 16 to cav, 7 artillery for a total of 102. 5th U.S. Artillery did 67 infantry, 15 artillery for a total of 82. 2nd Colorado Battery did 43 to infantry, 10 to cav, 25 artillery for a total of 78. And the 1st Indiana Battery did 48 to infantry, 5 to cav, 25 artillery for a total of 79. Division total of 341. All right, let's see if we got any other officers. So we wounded McLaws, wounded Posey, and we captured Colonel Clark. So 2 wounded, 1 captured. Not too bad. We've done better. It looks like the last few battles we haven't been doing as many casualties to their officers. I'll get closed out of here and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Glorious victory at the 9th Battle of Washington, D.C. The Army of Ohio retreating in panic. The Army reportedly suffered total casualties of 6,429 men. There were 555 killed, 3,819 captured. Our casualties total 865 men, with 129 killed, 139 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 4,780 rifles and 9 guns from the field and sent 3,771 soldiers off to our prison camps. And we defamed the Army commander, General Hawes. First time an Army commander has been defamed that deserved it, because he allowed himself to get encircled, so. Let that one roll off. Alright, something I forgot to do at the beginning of the episode, we'll do it right now, is I was asked to show my armory to see what weapons I've been ordering. So we'll go through that right now. So I've only been ordering a few weapons, not much. Most of what I have is a lot of captured weapons. So Sharps rifles are something I've been ordering. My first order of 10,000 will be finished in 8 days because it takes almost a full year for an order of 10,000 of those to go through. Same with the Sharps carbines. They're both right now standardization 5, so the production's not that fast. I've not been ordering any other carbines like the Joslins, the Maynards, the Burnsides, or the Smiths. These are all what I had in stock prior to battle. Same with the 12-pound howitzers, 24-pound howitzers. Only one unit's been using the 24s. I actually had fewer of these each. These are all captured, basically. I had barely even enough for a battery from each one. So these are all captured artillery pieces. Only artillery I've ordered are the Parrott rifles. I got 63 10-pounders in reserve, 48 20-pounders in reserve, 49 30-pounders in reserve. Springfield rifle muskets, something else I've been ordering. I'm actually just going to order another set of 10,000 of those. And standardization is now 100, so it takes 18 days for 10,000 of these rifles to be finished. So it doesn't take very long at all. Let's get that order in. Enfields, I have 3,000 of these. They're mostly captured weapons. Same with the Mississippis. I have 6,500 of these. These are all captured. I can't produce or order either of these. Model 1817s I've never used. Plains rifles I haven't used. Musketoons, there are 2 brigades with musketoons, but I didn't order them. They were what I had in stock already. I got 451 pieces of 6-pounder field guns. Those are all captured artillery pieces. 451 of them. I've never ordered these. I don't think you can order them. I got 15 12-pound Napoleons, 96 12-pound field guns. Once again, these are all captured, except for like 12 of them. I have 120,000 Springfield muskets, mostly captured weapons. Mixed muskets, 219,000, mostly captured. And 19,000 pieces of mixed cavalry weapons, which once again are mostly captured. I mean, you get these mixed muskets and the mixed cavalry weapons, you get these when you order up new brigades. So some of these are captured, some of them are just what came with the units, but for the most part, captured weapons. So yeah, like I said, I've only been ordering basically the Springfields and the Sharps. I haven't ordered anything else in a long time. Yes, I don't know why that battle did not take place here at Frederick. Because the Army of Ohio approached our 4th Corps at Frederick, so I don't know why the battle took place down here. It's kind of odd in my opinion. Oh, and something else I did not cover. I'll cover it in a few more days when I'm ready to do another unit transfer. We're looking down here in Texas. Oh, and we got another fight in Texas. I was hoping to have 6 corps up here in time, but it looks like they're only coming at me with 1 corps. So it's Stewart's Corps, Army of Texas, led by James McIntosh, going up against our 5th Corps. I was really hoping... Did they sneak the other corps out of the area? Because I'm not even seeing them on the map, or they disband them completely. But with 6 corps moving up towards Palestine, they won't be able to retreat in that direction. So obviously we're taking this fight, so I'll see you all on the other side of load screen. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Dallas. So we are on the Cobbtown map, which is a little map that I really got hammered on with my overnight reset rules. This is a meeting engagement. It's 1400, though we are very close to the objective point right here. And the rebels are coming in from down here, so probably still south of the river. So my plan for right now is, I know I'm not going to get down to the bridge in time to stop them from crossing. Is just bring my infantry in line along the road here, below the heights, get my artillery up here on these heights. Actually, let's see. Yeah, it shows heights here, but not really. I'm going to be sending the cavalry division, minus the Cape Cod cavalry. So that was something I said I was going to cover, but now's a good time to cover it. I have sent the Cape Cod cavalry back to Tradoc to reform, as they were going to be gone over 100 days. So they're on their way back there for reconditioning, we'll say. And then I'll probably be sending them the 3rd Corps to division up with the Death Hussars. So I'm going to be sending the cavalry division down south here into the Teresita Hills. Probably come up in the rear of the rebels as they make their attack. But they're going to sit here until the lines close in on each other. That covers everything for now. Let me get my troops in position, and I'll be back once we have contact with the rebels. Alright, we're now going on to 1600. We do have contact with the rebels. Did not get down here with enough time to get any breastworks set up, though. We have some nice open ground here. My rifles will be able to take massive advantage of. So if you wonder how everybody's set up, we do have the 2nd Division out on the right flank with the U.S. Regulars, the Bloody First, and the Ohio Blue Jackets. In the center, because they had the battery, is the 1st Infantry Division with the 79th, my grunts, the Liberty Bells, and the Janzika Legion. And on our far left is the 3rd Infantry with the 50th Iowa River Boys, Derby Hellfighters, and the Viking Brigade, which I'm hoping I'm going to be able to sweep in on the flank over here with this division over here and kind of pincer the army out again. Now we know they're coming up this road. Give orders to the cavalry to start moving. It'll probably take them forever to get down there. Taking forever for the Liberty Bells to get reset. These volunteers are in position. On limber, please. Oh, that is a beautiful field of fire. Sawbusters should have some nice field of fire from this plateau right there also. The hell are you boys doing? Boys are in position. Gonna lumber you now. What is with the formations? There we go. Close that flank on Janzika, please. And why the hell are you guys out on this flank? I need you more towards the center. You guys are just marching up on their lonesome, getting ripped apart. Let's follow the line of these heights a little better. Udo's got a nice field of fire. You guys more in line with the 50th. Remembered. All right, Highlanders, no crazy charges today, if you please. Looks like they're edging their way out towards 3rd Division. I'm going to complain about that. I'm hearing some grumbling from the ranks. I don't give the 3rd enough fighting time, but they've done pretty good work for me in every battle. Moving along nicely. So, troops marching back here. I don't see the dust trails, but you can hear them. Look at that archer fire from 30 pounders. That's amazing. Brigade's getting some action. Problem was the AI was trying to rush itself up to the objective point. The Hellfighters get more in line. Got here Deschler, Moore, and Bowen. Zeke, give me some skirmishers to build that battery. Same with the 50th. Battery's gone. Looks like all my batteries are now starting to fire at Grimes. Oh, wait, that much faster once the skirmishers engage. Doing as much damage as I thought we would be. And the casualty counts have to catch up. Yep, here comes the rest of their forces. You know, those batteries fire behind me. That's pretty nice. Look at the siding these guys have. Looks like they want to push out on my right flank now also. I think they're starting to realize every direction is a bad direction. boys back in the line over here. Biker Brigade got their first perk. Our brigade there. You guys are just 7 casualties from artillery, so not much damage. Probably all 6-pounders. Might be the last air forces over there. Cavalry. Down over here. Employ your skirmishers. Same with the 50th. They're about to be seen off anyway. Looks like we're starting to engage on the right flank. Bloody First getting some shots in against Kershaw's detachment. Actually, let's reduce your range to medium so you're not wasting shots on them. These brigades are getting ready to break, so let's just push forward on these boys. Boys back at long range, we'll start advancing that division. Still waiting its orders. Viking Brigade push up. Second Division push in. Let's move on to these heights, please. To that rock formation, at least. I gave you advance orders. What the hell? Yeah, that's the Derby Hellfire's problem. That's the big problem with the Sharps. You run out of ammunition very fast with these boys. Push on that battery. There's my cavalry coming down the road. That Reform Brigade, okay. All right, everybody, keep pushing in. This battle is about over. Keep pushing into them, boys. Let's keep going. Where'd you boys stop? Let's go. Lots of bloody sabers. Charge to Kershaw's brigade. Let's go, boys. Break them. Let them still go join them. Bayonets, boys, go join the cavalry. Have some fun. Sabers, go get Patton's battery. Come down here and get Garland. Two brigades have not fought yet down here. Grunts keep pushing in. Keep going, boys. Don't stop. What happened here? Get in the hand-to-hand, damn it. There we go. Thou River, charge. Get in there. Cold steel, boys. Cavalry, keep going. This army is broken. Finish them. 50th, keep going. Here's withdrawal. And Bethlehem Steel broke, that's fine. These two brigades are tangled up on each other. You know what? Let them go. Let them go. Speed this along. Battle's over. Was really hoping 6th Corps would have this fight, but didn't happen. All right. Yeah, almost same casualty numbers as last battle. So So we took down 6,500 of their 32,000 infantry, 400 or 1,400 cavalry, got all 60 of their guns. Total loss of 7,500 of their 35,000 men. We lost 872 of our 25,619 infantry, 413 of our 4,300 cavalry, 2 of our 60 guns. Total loss of 1,309 of our 30,872 men. They did have a small number advantage, but not much of one. Let's save this real fast. Do not believe we lost anybody wounded. Nope. Let's take a look at the combat reports. I was really hoping 6th Corps would be part of this battle, but they just didn't make it. 1st Cavalry Division, Bethlehem Steel did 264 to infantry, captured 203. Captured 34 artillery for a total of 506. Bloody Sabres did 292 to infantry, captured 419. Captured 75 artillery for a total of 790. Division total 1,296. 3rd Infantry Division, Derby Hellfighters did 819 to infantry, 174 to cavalry, 62 artillery for a total of 1,054. They're in the running for the Grumpy Seal of Approval. 50th Iowa River did 482 to infantry, captured 4, 19 to artillery for a total of 505. I'm a little surprised by those numbers. They did a lot of fighting. Viking Brigade did 418 to infantry, 189 to cavalry, 35 to artillery for a total of 642. Division total 2,201. 2nd Division, Ohio Blue Jackets did 130 to infantry. Bloody First did 346 to infantry, captured 17, 2 to artillery for a total of 368. 1st U.S. Regulars did 198 to infantry, plus up to 200. Division total 698. 1st Infantry Division, Janzika Legion did 454 to infantry, took 26 prisoners, 27 artillery for a total of 508. 79th Highlanders did 160 to infantry, 37 artillery for a total of 198. My Grunts did 743 to infantry, 27 captured, 86 to artillery for a total of 872. Liberty Bells did 404 to infantry, 27 artillery for a total of 432, division total of 2,010. 1st Artillery Division, Higgs Volunteers did 47 infantry, 30 to artillery for a total of 77. Iowa Sodbusters did 150 to infantry, 10 to cavalry, 17 to artillery for a total of 177. 1st Maine Battery did 111 to infantry, 41 to artillery for a total of 154. The 1st Illinois Artillery did 48 to infantry, 4 to cavalry, 50 to artillery for a total of 102, division total of 510. Let's see if we got any of their officers. All right, we wounded McIntosh, who was the Army commander. We killed Clayton Sr. Wounded Patton Sr. Is that it? Show me Duncan and give me Tombs. All right, once again, we got 3 of their officers, 2 wounded, 1 killed. Seems to be the average now is taking down 3 of their officers per battle. I'll get closed out of here, and I will see you all at the newspaper screen. The victory at Dallas, with the Army of Texas retreating in panic. The Army suffered total casualties of 7,360 men. There are 1,150 killed, 2,769 captured. Our casualties total 1,309 men, with 241 killed, 228 missing, and the rest are wounded. Captured 4,122 rifles and 31 guns from the field, and we paroled 2,509 enemy soldiers. And it looks like Colonel Grimes took the defamation for that battle, since we got the Army commander wounded. And actually, I think we will have a prison camp soon, even though I didn't build it. The rebels were building one over here in Marshall, north of Marshall. So we will have a prison camp at some point, even though I don't want it. Too bad you guys were out of range for this fight. That drops 5th Corps down into the orange. I was actually hoping to shift 5th Corps south to take up position at Beaumont so they can rest and refit and let 6th Corps take the fighting. Look like that's going to happen. They're not going to be able to move anytime soon. All right, nothing much else is happening on the map. I'm going to let this run a few more days. I want to see if I can get us to July so I can open up with the July monthlies. So I'll be back. All right, it's now June 30th, and General Grant's 6th Corps came up here to Palestine. We chased away. There were a ton of corps down here. Everybody we've beaten so far. Most of them have now fled north of 5th Corps. And I had to move Grant down into the hinterlands here to try and chase down Benning's Corps, but it looks like they are ready to fight us. But this will not be happening this episode. Yeah, so this will be the opening moves for next episode. We'll be battle with 6th Corps going against the Army of Trans-Mississippi and Benning's Corps. So once again, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so that the next video comes out. If you'd like a brigade in one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, the state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers. I'll oblige on all counts if possible. I just ask that you be a subscriber to the channel. I got no way of checking, so it's on an honor system. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.